Breaking news: Northern Elders Forum has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to resign for failure to combat increasing insecurity in the country. The call came just as the Senate rose from a marathon debate on last Saturday's beheading of over 67 farmers in Borno State, declaring that the federal government had breached Section 14 of 1, which made security and welfare the sole purpose of its existence. The fury in the Red Chamber reverberated in the House of Representatives, where members, piqued by worsening insecurity in the polity, moved to summon President Muhammadu Buhari to appear in the House over the killing at Zabamari village in the Jere local government area, Borno State. Northern Elders, in a statement on Tuesday by its Director, Publicity and Advocacy, Dr. Akim Baba Ahmed, noted that life had lost its value under the present administration due to the absence of political will to fight the Boko Haram insurgency and other threats such as banditry, rustling, and kidnapping. Referring to the massacre of innocent farmers in Zabamari, the forum regretted that Buhari had failed to listen to concerns from many Nigerians about the level of insecurity in the nation. It lamented that killings had been greeted by most insensitive response by spokespersons of the president and described as a lame excuse that murdered farmers did not seek permission from the military to harvest produce. These killings and the reality they expose will make relocation of citizens and resumption of economic activities a lot more difficult to achieve, even for leadership that attaches priority to them, and this administration does not. Elsewhere, in many parts of the north, many farming communities have not been allowed by the bandits and kidnappers to plant crops. The statement reads, the forum warned of imminent famine in the face of limited production of food in the region. That means there will be scarcity of food. Under this administration, life has lost its value, and more citizens are coming under the influence of criminals. We do not see any evidence of willingness on the part of President Muhammadu Buhari to honor his oath to provide security over Nigerians. In civilized nations, leaders who fail so spectacularly to provide security will do the honorable thing and resign, he added. That means if a president cannot provide security in his country, he is supposed to resign. At the Senate, lawmakers condemned President Muhammadu Buhari for failing to fire the nation's service chiefs as demanded in the past, especially Buratai. He needs to be fired. Senators argued that the continued retention of the military top brass by Buhari implied the president as the commander-in-chief of the country had failed in his most primary assignment of securing the nation. They made the declaration while adopting a motion sponsored by a former Borno State governor, Senator Kashim Shettima. Senate equally adopted the position that any government that could not discharge the basic obligation of securing citizens was not worthy of legitimacy, and they need to be sacked or impeached or faithfully resign. Rejecting the figure of 43 earlier released as the number of slain farmers, the upper chamber said it got a more authentic figure of 67 from residents of Kwashabe village in Zabamari, where the killing took place. It urged the president to probe allegations to corruption and leakage within the security structure and put mechanisms in place to foster transparency and ensure all resources meant and deployed for security were used for the purpose. It also urged Buhari to take immediate steps to restructure, remodel, and revamp the security architecture and provide modern weapons and equipment to combat the insurgents. They shouldn't give the soldiers inferior weapons any longer. They should give them sophisticated weapons to be able to fight the insurgency Boko Haram bandits. The federal government is stated should aggressively explore multilateral and bilateral options of partnership with neighboring nations of Chad, Niger and Cameroon towards reviving and strengthening the multinational joint task force and finding a lasting solution to the scourge of insurgency in the Lake Chad region. It also asked the federal government to recruit urgently no fewer than 10,000 civilian JTF joint task force versatile with the local terrain in the state to complement the efforts of the Nigerian armed forces. Presenting the motion on the floor of the Senate, Shettima, who was governor of Borno State for 8 years, said over 40,000 people had been killed in 10 years by insurgency, adding that over 2.5 million people had been displaced, with thousands of security agents killed in the northeast Borno State. He said last weekend beheading happened about 20 kilometers away from Maiduguri. From the 1st of January to this day, we have had 2,800 attacks in Borno State. Boko Haram is virtually ruling all our rural areas. They kill and abduct rural people at the will, at their own convenience. Boko Haram will come, they will kill, and they are also targeting farmers, and this will create hunger in the north. Government officials keep saying Boko Haram has been technically defeated. This claim is not true. It is blasphemy and lies on the highest order. The primary responsibility of government is to protect the lives and property of the people. Any government that has failed in doing this has lost the legitimacy of the people. Even the senator representing the senatorial district of President Muhammadu Buhari in Katsina, Ahmed Baba Keita, did not spare him, as he said the actions of the president had not produced any results so far. Keita feared that if something was not done, insurgents might overrun the country. He said the military must be probed and funds given to them must be accounted for. Keita said, "The time of truth has come. This situation is no longer acceptable to any Nigerian. We can't be mourning our citizens every day. We can't accept this explanation from those who should do the right thing whenever there is an attack. Their excuses shouldn't be ascertained and be guided or guaranteed. The military has no excuse than to protect the lives of the citizens. If the statement from Garba Shehu is true, that's very irresponsible. That means the government is not doing their job, and what has been viable from them and what is expected of the security and the government is to protect the lives of their citizens. We have to sit down with the military and assess the situation in the northeast. Something is wrong here. If we allow this to go, we should be ready to have another attack soon. The president may be doing enough, but we are not seeing the result. More needs to be done." Former Senate leader Ali Ndume told the plenary that Borno residents paid Boko Haram members before they would be allowed to go their farms or move around in their village. Why would that be? He said the issue of insecurity has been there. We have sent recommendations to president. 2 reports were not implemented. There are other recommendations we have made and nothing was done. We need to take steps further. Section 14 of the Constitution is clear. He argued that the terrorism could be stopped in 6 months if the government was serious and ready. But from what is being gathered, as it stands now, we plead with the president to step down, to resign from his post if he cannot protect the lives of its citizens. You are listening to Independent TV 7. You can also put down your comments, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. According to what is going on and on this article, do you think President Muhammadu Buhari should be sacked, or should be impeached, or should he resign? You can also put down in your comments and put it on the comment section. Thank you for listening. You're listening to Independent TV 7.